Hello, so let's go through some of the parts of Highway to Hell. Start off with uke 1. The chords we need are A and D and G. So A is first box 3rd string, second box 4th string. D is second box on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. So you can either play it with your 3 fingers or with 1 finger, or with 1 finger covering 2 strings and the other one covering the 3rd string, whatever kind of works for you. And G, so we have our first finger, index finger on the 2nd box of the 3rd string, our first fingers on the 2nd box of the 1st string closest to the floor, and our 3rd fingers on the 3rd box of the 2nd string. And the rhythm of it is, we count in with a 1, 2, 3, up, down, up. So a kind of up, down, up of your A chord. That sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, up, down, up. And I'm just sort of chucking the strings and kind of putting these 2 fingers over the strings so they don't kind of ring out. 1, 2, 3. So after another 3 chucks, you're doing up, down, up again, but this time you're going D, D, G. So 2 Ds, 1 G. Okay. After that, we do another 3 chucks and do another D, D, G. So if I put those things together, we've got A first. 1, 2, 3, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, D, D, G. 1, 2, 3, D, D, G. Okay, so I'd recommend practicing that a few times just to get it comfortable. After we do the second D, D, G, D, D, G, we kind of do D, G, G right after it. So it's like D, D, G, D, D, G, D, A, A. So the full thing, we've got 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Up, down, up. 1, 2, 3. D, D, G. 1, 2, 3. D, D, G. D, D, G. D, A, A. So that's the kind of vibe for that first uke, playing through the chords. So just to look at those last couple of bars. So you've done the A, 2, 3, D, D, G, 2, 3, D, D, G. So we'll just go from that second D, D, G. So it's another up, down, up. And then we've got 2 Ds, which are on the, 1 D on the up, and then an up, down on A. So you've got D, D, G, up, down, D, A, 2, 3. You start again. So I'll just play through uke 1 a couple times. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah, and then you start again. So it'll be like da, 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 da. Okay, let's have a look at uke 2. So uke 2 is nice and easy, really. Thumb is going to take care of the 2nd string. First finger is going to take care of the 1st string. It's actually the same note. And we're holding down the 5th fret or 5th box of the 2nd string with our 3rd finger. And we do that 4 times. So we've got 4 bars of it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, da, do, do, do. Okay, and then we have a hammer on. So our 1 and is our 1st finger on the 3rd fret, and we hammer down onto the 5th. And then we hit our 2nd string again on the 5th. So it would be 1 and 2 and Nice. Let's see what that sounds like over the chords. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3. Then change it. Yeah. So you're kind of, one cycle is going over a cycle of chords. So like 4 times of that would go over one repeat the chords, and then you'll come in with the hammer-ons. Now, uke 3, slightly different. You're kind of following the rhythm of the chords, apart from one kind of rogue note. So it starts like this, 1, 2, 3. So we have 7, 5, 3, 5. You can do a hammer-on for your first one if you want, where you pull off, pull off rather than hammer-on. Pull in from 7 to 5. Or you can just play it. Either way is totally fine, but you're coming in just after 3. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 7, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 5. So it's 2 times of the same thing, or 3 times really. Bam, 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 2, 3, bam, 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 2, 3, bam, 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 bam. And then you go 3, 5, 5, 5 on the second string. Let's see what that sounds like with the chords. 2, 3. Cool, man. So that is the intro. Once we get into the verse, we're pretty much doing the same thing with the chords. So we do that 3 times round, and on the last time, we change it up to a E. So on the last bar, sorry. So we've got the 1, 2, 3. So we do 2 bars of like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that is your E chord. You can do 2nd finger on the 4th string 4th box, 3rd finger on the 4th box. Sorry, I'll start that again. So you're on the 4th fret or 4th box of the 4th string, and then you're on the 4th fret or box of the 3rd string. And then if you want, it's actually optional, you can do a kind of E without the pinky, to be honest, it sounds just as good. But if you want, you can put the pinky on the 2nd string 4th box, and then your 1st finger goes on the 2nd box of the 1st string. So you get this. Without the pinky, sounds like, I kind of prefer it without the pinky, to be honest. And the 2 bars of E are like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's going into the chorus. So the verse has your chord progression from the intro 3 times fully, and then on the 4th time, you replace the last bar with 2 bars of E. Okay, so the verse melody is nice and interesting, so I'll just get the music up here. Do, 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 do. Okay, so interesting rhythm for the melody. So you've got this kind of 1 and 2, in, dan, dan. So it's interesting. I can't remember the words, but I've listened to the words and it makes more sense. We're coming in the and of 1, so you've got 1 and 2 and 3 So it's on the and of 1, the E of 2, so it's just before the and of 2. 1 and 2 E and 3 and the 3 and. So you've got 1 and 2 E and 3 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. And if we put the notes in, we've got the, so in the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and then the 5th fret of the 2nd string, so bam, bam, that's the 1 and 2 E and 3 and, the 3 and is on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, 1 and 2 E and 3 and. The 2nd bar is a little bit easier, you're all on the same note, similar rhythm as well, you're just missing the and of 3, so you're on the 5th fret or box of the 2nd string, and the rhythm is 1 and 2 E and 3. So if I played those first 2 bars, 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3, 4 and again, 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4. I had extra note in there, but you get the idea. After that, our 2nd line is a little bit more straight, so we're coming in on beat 2. So we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So you're pretty much just hitting on every beat there, apart from 2 on the 2nd bar of it. I'll just play through that. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, let's try it together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Lovely. Okay, so let's go through all of that then, all first 4 bars of the first melody. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah? Okay, so we do that twice, and then we move into the next part, which is fairly similar. The first bar is, instead of going, you're doing the same rhythm, but you're going, so you're going 1 and 2 and, so 5, 3 on the 1st string, and then O, O. Then we've got this, 1 and 2 and. So we've got an interesting rhythm again. It's the same as before, 1 and 2 E and 3. So it's similar to that bar we just played, but without the and of 3. 1 and 2 E and, sorry, 1 and 2 E and 3. So 1, 0 in the 1st string, 2 E, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then 3rd fret on the 1st string. Then we have a similar thing after that as well. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So similar vibe there. We're going on 2 again, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 O. So we miss out 2, but instead of just hitting our open 1st string, we do a slide from 3 to 5 on the 2nd string. And then it kind of repeats the same thing pretty much. 1. Oh yeah, so slightly different at the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So that bam 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 is going over the E chord. Okay, hopefully that's helpful to some extent. Let's try and put that over the chords. Okay, so my music kind of went blank there, so there might have been a couple of notes out of place, but it gives you an idea of the rhythm of it. Okay, I'll continue on to the kind of, so I did the first 4 bars repeated, so let's move on to the third line, I guess, with the... Yes, so that bam 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 would obviously be when the chords are going into the E. Right, let's move on to the chorus. Quite a bunch easier than the verse, really, the chorus. The strumming pattern is a wee bit tricky though, so let's have a look at that. It sounds like this. So let's look at that. The first bar, we're going down, up with our A chord. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That last up is on a D, so a D chord. Okay, and our second bar is continuing with the D with a up, down, up. 1 strum of G and 1 strum of D again. So you've got A, D, 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 G, D, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, G, D. Okay, so I think I've got those chords recorded, so I'll get them set up. The verse, we're coming in just before the chords with this. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, and that's the highway to hell. You got the highway to hell. So you're kind of repeating that bam, 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 bam a lot, and sometimes the bar before, like at the start, has a wee kind of lead in to when he says highway to hell. Let's get a sense of what that sounds like with the chords.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so hopefully that gave a sense. There's a couple of the wee lead-in things that I missed or got wrong there, so I'll do that again.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, man. So hopefully that gives you a sense of how things meld together. I'm away from the school, so I don't have all the Mac and all that sort of stuff, so I'm back on my phone. But yes, hopefully helpful. Cheers.